Hey, can everyone hear me? I got my mic on my proper spot. I'm wearing my Wonder Woman apron. Yeah. Good evening. Yeah, I'm up late on a Sunday night. What I call it's a school night. I got school in the morning. Not really. I call work school. Uh, but in any case, uh, welcome back. Another impromptu live stream. Again, I'm doing a lot of live streams lately to practice and get good at it. Good at it. We'll see what that actually means over time. But and my art room's kind of in a mess. I spent a lot of time the other night after my live stream working on my prints and getting them with backing boards and in sleeves. Um, and and I've been doing a lot of logistical uh, in, you know, evaluation of all the stuff I'm doing for these tent events that I want to participate in. So it's never ending. It's busier than ever for me. So I'm having fun. I'm having anxiety. I'm excited and intimidated. It's extremely roller coaster emotions. I'm not sure how healthy that is for me. In any case, Um, tonight's live stream is one to practice my live streaming. I think this is the quickest I've gotten on without wondering if I've got everything going. So that's number one. So I feel good that I'm getting it going much quicker than I have in the past. Second, I'm going to show you what it means to be frugal after tonight's exercise earlier on the couch. I was not doing recliner art. I was doing recliner budget and purchasing for investing in these tent events and decided that I needed to do some shopping around. After all, I am during the day a buyer. That's my professional. I'm a senior buyer in the manufacturing realm. And I was just kind of one click shopping it on Amazon, and I had gotten a cart loaded up and realized that, am I really getting the best prices? And I thought, you know what? Probably not, considering tariffs and the fact that pretty much everything that comes from Amazon, it seems, is not necessarily stateside. So I decided to do some shopping. I did find better pricing. So I did a lot of that. Um, and I've been slowly buying things on my art resource list on my Amazon wish list pages because I actually do need them in order to do these local tent events sooner rather than later. I'm struggling with one of the most critical components ever, and that is the heavy duty mesh walls for a tent that you can span across from one pole to the other using the bungee ball cords, which get them nice and taut, and then you can hang your artwork on them. One, I'm struggling to find the right size in the right color um, for the right price. So I'm waiting on a communication from another company off of Amazon to see if I can get three of the ones that they have. They have the right size, the right color, and the right price. However, for some reason, they don't have the capability of purchasing on their website, and I'm a little suspect now. But it would be half the cost than what they charge on Amazon, and it's the same company. So I'm watching that. I'm going to see what happens. In any case, that was earlier this evening. And so I was looking at my list and I thought, okay, what else do I need? I've got the prints, but I need a nice way to display them. On my list are these nice looking baskets that could hold my prints so people can look at them. And I'd have two sets of baskets, two different locations with the same print. So two to 2 to 4 people can be looking at prints at the same time and not miss any. However, the baskets seemed kind of expensive to me. With all the other stuff I'm spending money on, I'm like, do I really need to spend the money? And I thought, well, maybe I can do something with all the Amazon and other boxes that I've got in this house. We don't throw them away right away because it's usually a dual purpose. And so tonight leads me into frugality meets creativity. I'm going to turn a couple of Amazon boxes into print bins that look nice. So when they're on the table, they're not Amazon boxes, but print bins, and they'll look okay for when I have to take a picture of my booth for the actual application for Artisphere 2026 in May. So I thought I'd do that. I'd also want to share some of my floral photography in the form of greeting cards. I sometimes forget those, but they're actually on my website at midlifeartist.com. And I'm going to get those put together for these tent events as well. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and let's see, camcorder. I don't need the camcorder. Or do I? Yeah, I don't need the webcam. There we go. Mobile phone, camcorder. Okay, so that's all right. I'm just checking my camera angles. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and put my webcam up for a second. So, all right. In any case, here is an Amazon box, as you can see. Okay. And what I decided to do is tape the flaps on the inside. And I have to say, the tape that I'm using, not so great. I'm going to have to probably go out to the garage and get duct tape. Duct tape will do it, and get those just taped down. I'm not going to do the inside of this box because the prints are going to sit in them. I'll show you that at the end, but you can see that I kind of added a spare piece of waxy kind of paper. It's actually, I got it on a roll. And so one side is just paper, the other side's got a wax coating to it. And so I had that as a scrap, and so I taped it around the box. And so that way the logos and other things that are on this box don't peek through. Because what I plan to do with this, I'm waiting for the um, cement, rubber cement, to finish curing at the top all around. I've got it taped, but I didn't want the logos and the tape and all that stuff to kind of seep through from what I'm planning to do. I've got this uh, sackcloth kind of material that I bought from Hobby Lobby a while back. Haven't found a thing to use. I'm going to go ahead and shrink this down so you can see it better. And it's porous. I don't know if you can see it. Wait a minute, I don't even have, let me do the, mobile phone. I'm trying to figure out who my, you're seeing my camcorder right now. I'd like for you to see, okay. So you can see the inside here. I'm not doing the inside. And you can see that this paper doesn't extend all the way. This is going to be the back side of the bin. All right. And so I'm going to take this and see, it's like a sackcloth or whatever. I'm going to rubber cement that around the box so it almost looks like a basket. All right, so that's how it's going to look. All right. And so I'm going to rubber cement that. That's going to take a while to cure, but I just thought I'd show that to you, that is what I'm going to do with it. And so when it is sitting on a table, okay, you're not going to be able to see the inside because the prints are going to sit. But from the front of the tent, when I take a picture, it's going to look like a basket or a decorative bin, but no one will know that, except for all you guys, will know that it's actually an Amazon box because I've been able to set prints in here and it sits just fine. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm not going to show that to you. Like I said, I'm just going to take some rubber cement and I'm going to get this glued on and let it cure overnight. And then when it's done, I'll come back and show you that with the prints inside. And maybe I'll find another decorative aspect to the front just to kind of add a little touch, or maybe a ribbon that I can tie around it with a bow or something. Something just aesthetically pleasing. But at least the Amazon stuff won't show up, and it'll look like either I bought it or I made it. Hopefully, it will look like I bought it by the time I'm done with it. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. This is going to hold small prints. I have a big bin. Let's see here, I'll put this. Let me go back here. Yeah. All right. So this is a bigger box that I'm going to do something similar with because it's holding my bigger prints. Obviously, you can see this is my Hadassah. Here's my Night. And these are all with backer boards already and in sleeving. So I have those ready to go. I do have to seal them, but I'm not sure yet if I'm going to put something on the inside like a business card or something like that. So I'm not sealing them until I'm ready to be done with them. But you can see that this will be one of those that people can flip through. So I'm going to do some sort of decorative thing with this one. Obviously, this is taller than the other one that I'm working with. But at least I've got at least two boxes. I unfortunately do not have another two boxes like that. And I'd like to have two of each size so I can have them on two different tables so that I could have at least four people looking at a time instead of just one table with two boxes, so only two people at a time. I have no idea how many people are going to come to my tent in these local events, but I want to make sure that there's enough boxes that multiple people can be looking at them. At this point, that's what I'm doing with that. I'm not going to bore you with the details because it is late. It's the night shift. I'm up late. I do this an awful lot during the week on school nights. Um, but I actually have, earlier on, before I started back into painting and drawing in 2022, my mother had bought me an Olympus camera that she's always wanted me to get into photography. I'm an amateur. I've not ever taken a photography course. I've watched a lot of YouTube videos. I did photography for my sister-in-law's wedding. I think she's happy with it. She never said she wasn't. But I love taking pictures of flowers up close. So I did take pictures of flowers that I had around, and you can see, well, you can't see until I let you see. Mobile phone. Okay. So you can see right here that I have had cards made that show these pictures that I have. That's my photography of my sunflowers. Um, and I have card sets that are two of each image up, and with 5 images, that's 10 greeting cards. They're blank on the inside. So they're blank. They carry on them Ephesians 1:16, which says, I have not stopped giving thanks for you, remembering you in my prayers. So you could use these as a thank you card or a I'm thinking about you card. You can put your own thing in there. I've got my credentials on the back, but this is photography that I've taken with my Olympus camera, and I'm pretty proud of it. And I don't talk about my photography because it's not my shtick. It's not my main thing. I think the camera does more than I do. So I guess I'm just not taking credit, but I did take these photos. These are mine. Um, so therefore, I just thought I'd share that these are on my website at midlifeartist.com in my store, on my shop, as gift card sets. I am going to take my existing inventory and I'm going to set them up. This is one of the ones that I'm most proud of because this is a sunflower with a bee and a butterfly. And yes, that is my photograph. I took that and I'm very proud of that. I've had a lot of people ask me about that. So there's two of each of these images in a set, and they'll come with envelopes. And I'm going to sell those at these fairs. I'm just going to put them together. And there's the envelopes, and I'm going to wrap them in a bow, a nice satin bow, and sell them at these tent events. I actually think I'm also going to get some prints made that will go in my print bins. I have a feeling some people would like photography too, and why not? I did these. Um, I'm not just a painter. I don't just draw. I don't just use oil pastels, but I also take photographs, just not as often as everything else in life. So I just thought I'd share that with you. And I have 2 boxes of cards that I'm going to make these sets out of. And I'm going to sell those at these events, unless I sell out um, on my website first. You can see them in my shop if you're interested. Again, I'll show them to you one more time. This is one of the images of 5, and then it opens up to a blank card, but it has just a small verse from Ephesians 1:16, again, that says, I have not stopped giving thanks for you, remembering you in my prayers. And so it's a nice sentiment. So you can write whatever you want about being grateful to someone you want to let them know. I'm a big proponent of sending thank you cards in this online age. And then again, my credentials and my website are on the back. And so that's one. Here's the other image. Here's the other image. Here's one more. Oh, and then this last one. Again, 2 of each image in a set with accompanying envelopes. And they'll be wrapped in a satin bow. And like I said, I'm going to sell those at my tent events. Anything purchased in my online store has shipping included, um, because I can't figure out how to set shipping otherwise. So I do a flat rate. And right now I do not ship anything that's matted and framed. I don't sell fully stretched canvases on my website because I don't know the shipping and I can't afford to provide free shipping. So I have to figure out how I'm going to do that so it's affordable, but I'm not losing money either. So right now it's just prints. that can either be rolled or sent flat in envelopes. And then there's also these cards that I'll send as well if you order them. So you can check it out at midlifeartist.com if you're interested. If I sell out of these beforehand, then I'm not going to sell them at the tent events unless I get more in. But I just thought I'd show that to you. I do have photography as part of my portfolio, so to speak. Um, I just don't talk about it enough. So, so yeah, I'm ex- I'm proud of those floral photographs, whatever. Um, I do have other talents that I just don't make a habit of doing because it's not my gig. I made a wedding cake once at the request of the bride, which was my sister-in-law. And my family, thank goodness they're patient with me. I spent months practicing making cakes. And ultimately, I did make a cake for her. She was really happy with. Um, but that's not my gig. I helped decorate. I did floral arrangements with silk flowers. I might actually use those in my tent now that I think of it, just to make it pretty. I mean, why not, right? So I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I'm getting there. My father purchased a few of my wish list items for my birthday, one of which was my captain's chair. So I'm going to have a nice captain's chair for my tent. Yay! Thanks, Dad. I've got a lot on my to-do list. I got to finish off my painting here and the other painting down here that are going into the Creative Arts Guild show. I've got to finish off the edges and then varnish them for sealing it and protecting it so they're ready to go. Because I think drop off is at the beginning of next month. So I got this month to get it done. So a lot happening. I'm going to be busy as all get out. But I'm hoping that all this effort and all this investment is going to pay off. Again, if you've ever done a tent event as an artist and you've got advice, I welcome it. Put it in the comments. Speaking of which, please like and subscribe to my videos, comment, share, anything to help me overcome the algorithms that would set me back as a newbie. I'd appreciate it. Um, and if not, that's okay too. I'm just going to keep going, practicing, doing, sharing. You can walk along with me. I welcome you to journey along this learning path, um, and we'll see where it goes. But yeah, I hate Sunday nights because it means working the next day, full week ahead, full steam ahead. Uh, but my job is my life right now. It it funds our family budget, and I have to make sure I'm fully aware. So I'm going to have to call it here. This is a short live stream. Again, I'm sorry if you guys are in the chat and you're chatting at me and asking me questions. I haven't figured that out yet. There's just so much I'm doing. I haven't learned that yet. I haven't watched YouTube videos. I'm going to get there. I promise. I promise. But thanks again for joining me on this impromptu live stream. If I'm lucky, come Saturday, I hear from Lady Hamilton Art over on Rumble that she's hosting another sip and paint on Saturday night, next Saturday, that is. I think the 16th, probably 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If I get back from my trip to see my dad and stepmom in Helen, Georgia, in time, because we're gonna go out and have lunch with them. If I get back in time and I can get prepared, I will join Lady Hamilton Arts Sip and Paint and do some new artwork that night on her channel. Um, if I'm able to join, I'll let you know later on this week. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. Again, thank you guys. I love everyone who chimes in, checks in. Um, you are my support, and I am extremely grateful. I really am. So thanks again. Have a good night. Have a good week ahead. and I'll see you the next time I hit start streaming.